Good morning, Kasturians. Let us start, or we can say, let us continue our revision. Okay, we have to start revising chapter 2 and 3 in continuation to the previous video. Na? Okay, so let us start. So, the question says that which of the following is not a unit of time? Okay, so let us start from the below. See, minute, it is a unit of time. We measure time in minutes. Hours also, we measure time in hours also, है ना? We measure time in seconds also. So what we are left with? We are left with parsec. Okay, also we can correct this option by using, but we are left out. And also we have to be for being very sure, we need to know what do we measure in terms of parsec. Parsec is the SI unit of distance, है ना? We measure the distance of two we can say very distant objects using this unit, we can say parsec, है ना? For example, we measure the distance between the two you can say the planets, है ना? We measure in terms of parsec. So now let us move to the next question. So the correct option for this is B, that is parsec. Parsec is not the unit of time. Let us move to the next question. Next question says a car is moving along the straight highway with the speed of, we are given the speed is 126 kilometer per hour, and this car is brought to stop within a distance of 200 meter, and we have to find the retardation of the car. Na? What does the retardation means? Retardation, see, we already know the meaning of acceleration. Acceleration can be positive or negative. Na? When we take the acceleration positive, we do not have any confusion that we will be calling it with some other name. Now, but when we are taking the acceleration in the negative direction, when the value of acceleration is negative, now we call that acceleration as retardation of the car. So we have to find the acceleration of the car. You understand, like acceleration, or negative acceleration or retardation. In short, we have to find acceleration. We are given velocity, we are given distance, we have to find acceleration. How we can proceed? Do we know that? See, we are given here u, the speed is given, that means initial velocity u is given to us, है ना? Now what else? We are given distance, that means s is given to us, है ना? So s, that means the distance is given to us. We have to find the retardation, that means acceleration or negative acceleration we have to find. And what is the relation between all three? We can say v square minus u square. We already know the third equation of motion, which is v square minus u square is equals to 2as, है ना? This a is acceleration, this s is distance, it is 200 meter. V square, that means final velocity, है ना? Final velocity will be 0 in this case, है ना? Nowhere it is brought to stop, है ना? So we can say the final velocity is 0. See, you can see here brought to stop, that means final velocity of the object becomes 0. So v is 0. So after putting all these values, v is 0, u is 1, you see minus 126, है ना? And we will have to find the value of acceleration. We will put the value of s in s here. What we will be getting? 400 meter. It will be 400. Now we have to find the value of acceleration. We will be putting all the numerical values to the left hand side, and we will find the value of acceleration. Okay, this is the solution part. You can do very easily. I will just tell you the answer. The answer will be minus 0.6 meter per second square. Na? You can see here minus will be in the solution, so the plus options you can easily cancel. Okay, you can see here negative sign in the solution. You are left with this and this two parts you are left with. You can easily solve and find out which one will be the correct answer, na? So now let us move to the next part. Next question says, see, the line, next question is a graph. We are given a graph, and the graph is line with a constant slope. This is a line, this graph is representing a line which is having a constant slope. So we have to tell what does this graph represent. So now let us see the options and try to find out what does this graph represent. See, this is the graph you can see, and the option says it represents the uniform velocity of the particle, and the second option says that it represents the non-uniform velocity of the particle. Third option says that it represents non-linear circular motion. Okay, you can see this is a straight graph. And what does the straight graph represent? You already know. straight graph does never represent the circular motion, है ना. This thing is very clear, so that this graph do not represent the circular motion. About the non-circular motion and the non-uniform velocity, we will see. First of all, let us see the graph and understand what is this graph representing. This graph is representing, you see here, this graph is representing which type of motion. It is increasing, it is increasing with time. You see, it is increasing with time. Nowhere it is and it is a constant increase. You see, it is a line, so you can say it is increasing uniformly, है ना. Nowhere it is you can nowhere you can see the non-uniform motion type of thing in this graph. So what is this graph representing? It is representing a uniform velocity of the particle, and nowhere it is representing the non-uniform type of motion. It is just a straight line. So we can say the slope at every point is same, and if slope at every point is same, you can say the particle is possessing the uniform motion. So you see, this is x and t graph, that means distance versus time graph. What does the distance versus time graph gives? It gives velocity. Velocity is equals to rate of change of distance with time, है ना. So this graph is representing uniform change in velocity of the particle. Now let us move to the next question. What does the next question says? The next question says, see, the graph is representing the parabola bending towards position axis. Okay, this graph is again a position time graph, and it is represent, we have to tell what is this graph representing. Let us try to find out. See, at every point the slope is different, so it is very clear that this particle is not possessing a uniform motion, and a non-uniform motion. You see, from point O it is starting and it is continuously increasing. It is nowhere said that you can see this motion is increasing. You are nowhere able to see the decrease in the motion. So, and you already know distance time graph gives us velocity of the particle. So it means you try to find out by yourself what is this graph depicting. It is telling us, you see, the increasing velocity of the particle. If the velocity is increasing, what does it say about acceleration? You understand that if velocity is increasing, that means there will be some acceleration, है ना. Velocity is having some value, that means velocity is varying. If velocity was constant, okay, it was not increasing with some time. So we already know what is how we find acceleration. Acceleration is rate of change of velocity, na. Rate of change of velocity is constant, that means acceleration in that case will be 0, or we can say no acceleration in that case. But here velocity is varying, that means rate of change of velocity is acceleration, so that means the particle will possess some acceleration. So the first option is correct, that says this graph represents the increasing velocity of the particle. And increasing velocity of the particle, what does that mean? It means that the particle will be possessing some acceleration. So the first option is correct. Now let us move to the next question. See what we are given. We have to calculate the order of magnitude of time taken by the light to reach us from the galaxy. And what we are given the distance of the galaxy, which is of the order 10 to the power 25. We have to find magnitude of time taken. We already know speed is equals to distance upon time, है ना. Distance upon time. We are given distance, that is 10 to the power 25. We are given distance, we have to find time, and the speed of light to reach earth. Speed of light we already know is 3 into 10 to the power 7 meter per second. 10 to the power 7 meter per second. So we can, to find the distance, we can easily, we have to find the time. To find time, we have to take this time on the left hand side and speed on the right hand side. What we will be having distance, that is 10 to the power 25, that is 10 to the power 25 divided by speed, that is 3 into 10 to the power 7. So after solving this, whatever we will get, that will be the answer. So it will be 1 divided by 3, that means 0.33. It will be 0.33, and 10 to the power 25 minus 27, it will be, what will be, see here, time will be distance divided by speed. Distance we are given 10 to the power 27, speed 3 into 10 to the power 7. We will solve this, what we will get, see, 1 divided by 3 is 0.33, है ना. and in the power you will be getting, you can easily find the power by subtracting 25 में से you have to subtract 7. Now upside you will be taking, so it will be 25 minus 7 power. You will easily calculate. Let us try to find if we can get the answer from here, from this much only. So the answer will be, you see, from all the options only one option is having 3, that means 3.33. So the correct option is first one, that is 3.33 into 10 to the power 16 seconds. You can easily solve the you can say this question, the you can say the calculation part, and you will easily be able to find the solution. Now let us take the next question, which is a body is moving with a uniform velocity, its acceleration is, see, we have discussed in the upper question only that if a body is moving with uniform velocity, that means velocity is constant. So acceleration is rate of change of velocity, and velocity is not changing, that means acceleration is 0. No change, no acceleration, so we can say the acceleration will be 0 in this case, है ना. So A option is correct. Now let us move to the next question. The next question says a particle follows path ABC where AB is equals to BC is equals to 2L. AB is 2L, BC is 2L given to us. We have to find distance and displacement traveled by the particle. Distance will be total path traveled by the object, that is 2L plus 2L, it will be 4L. And what will be displacement? Displacement will be this, from point A to C, this will be displacement. How you can find? You can find by the Pythagoras theorem. This 2L square plus 2L square 4, you can easily find out this. You have to square this side and you have to again square this side, you will find, that means 2 under root 2, you will be getting the answer 2 under root 2L. You calculate and try to find out. If there is problem, please let me know. So the answer is first is 2, it is 2L plus 2L, distance is 4L, and you see from here only you can find out. It will be, the correct option will be B, that is 4L. It is the total distance and it will be the displacement 2L under root 2, that means 8 under root 8L, under root 8L outside. You can easily solve and find out the answer. Let us see the next question. The next question is saying, look at the graphs from A to D carefully and state which of the following cannot possibly represent one dimensional motion of the particle. See, this, you see, this particle is in along, how many x's are involved to describe the motion of this particle? You see x also and t also, है ना. So if one dimension is involved to explain the motion of the particle, then we can say that the particle is one dimensional, you can say the particle is possessing one dimensional motion. Here also 2 axes are involved, so it also cannot represent one dimensional motion. See, here also you can see 2 axes are involved to describe the motion, so it is also not the correct option. This one is also not, this one is also not. What we can say about this? See, length also is increasing, breadth, you can say x axis is increasing, y axis is increasing, है ना. So you see both the axes are involved to describe the motion, so this is also not able to describe the one dimensional motion. So we can say none of these graphs represent one dimensional motion, है ना. So let us see the options. See, the option given here is none of the above option given, so the correct option is D, none of the above. Now let us try to see the next question. The next question says that a particle is traveling along the along the straight line from O to P. First the particle is traveling from O to P in 18 seconds. Okay, it is taking 18 seconds to move from this point O to this point P, है ना, and it returns back from P to Q. It is returning back from P to Q in 6 seconds. It is taking now 6 seconds, and the total time was from O to P was 18 seconds, है ना. Now we have to what we have to find? We have to find the displacement of the particle. Okay, so the displacement of the particle, in first the particle has moved from here to here, then it has moved from here to here. The displacement will be shortest path, that is from 0 to 240. It is 240 meter. So the correct answer is A, that is 240 meter. And if we had to find the total distance, you already know how we need to find. From 0 to 360 to again this distance we have to add, this and this we have to add, na? We can also find the velocity and you see the speed of the particle. Velocity is displacement by the time taken, है ना, you already know the value of time also and the distance also. And if we had to find the speed, speed is total distance, है ना, from here to here, the total distance divided by the total time, है ना. You can proceed the steps and you can try to find, you will be easily able to find, है ना. So this is the second part and we will be discussing more questions in the next part, है ना. So thanks for watching this video.